What's going on, guys? Antonio here. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me, and let's get into it. All right, so the ratings are in for Power Book 4 Force, and it is a mega hit. It is the highest rated debut of a show on the Starz Network ever. Everything that's Power, Outlander, any of the other shows that Starz has debuted, no show has ever had the amount of viewers that Power Book 4 Force has had. Matter of fact, it beat shows on other networks. It had higher ratings than Dexter New Blood. It had higher ratings. What was that show? Yellow Jackets. Everybody loves that show, Yellow Jackets. A couple of my friends are like, "Yo, man, check out Yellow Jackets." I haven't watched Yellow Jackets yet, but I saw that it debuted with 1.3 million, and that was the debut. They're saying Power Book 4 Force debuted with over 3.3 million people watching across various because they got the Starz app. For the day ones were like 756,000 for the first episode. I mean, it just did massive. Now, surprisingly, I checked again. Surprisingly, Starz has not announced that Power Book 4 Force has been renewed for a second season yet. I know that's coming. There's no, I mean, they've literally renewed every single 50 Cent show. Every show 50 Cent produces has gotten renewed. But BMF got renewed after 3 days. So that's why I was kind of surprised that they haven't announced that there's going to be a second season of Force yet. I mean, it's coming though. Make no mistake. Power Book 4 Force is going to be here not just for a second season, it's going to be here for multiple seasons. Joseph Sakura seems very happy with the team putting it together. You know, they let him have a say in like showrunners and all that kind of thing. He's been doing a lot of interviews. Show looks amazing. I watched the first episode. I'm waiting for episode 2. The pilot set up so much stuff that episode 2 just kind of sucked me in, and was it got Tommy Flanagan from Sons of Anarchy on there, Lily James from Banshee, she's on there, which I didn't know she was part of the show. Always, Banshee was one of my favorite shows when it was on Cinemax. Which, by the way, Banshee is now streaming on HBO Max. So anybody that saw the debut of Power Book 4 Force and saw Lily James playing Tommy Flanagan's daughter, if you really want to see some more Lily James, because she's a baddie, you can if you got the HBO Max app, I encourage you to look up Banshee, because she was amazing on Banshee. That's where Anthony Starr from The Boys comes from too. That was the first thing I saw him in. But yeah, Lily James is on there. There's so many, like I said, there's so many. Jeremiah, the R&B singer, he's going to be on Force as well. You hear him singing the theme song with 50 Cent and was it Lil Durk? They're doing the theme song, but he wasn't in the debut episode. But he's in. I looked on IMDb and he's in a couple of episodes. I don't think he's gonna be on the entire. I think they're only doing 8 episodes for this first season. But like I said, the first episode of Force was incredible. It was good to see Tommy Egan. Some of the things they revealed about his family, and he's not going to Los Angeles anymore. That I was a little surprised by that, because in the season finale, or the final season of Power, they set up what was the guy, Jason Misic's, the Serbian guy that was the Connect. He introduced Tommy to this Spanish dude, Rodolfo, out of Cali. And it was set up that Tommy was going to head out west and hook up with him, and they were going to do some business together. So when you see Tommy, when he gets his Mustang restored by Ghost and he's heading out west, that's where he's going. They even played some Dr. Dre at the end. That was like, they was making sure that they were stressing that he was. But when you go into the pilot, when you go into the first episode of Force, he's still heading to California. Remember now, if you saw Power Book 2, he came back to New York to settle up with Tasha and Tariq, and some things popped off, and then he had to head back out again. So Then he was like, oh, okay, I got sidetracked. I was heading to Cali, and then I got sidetracked, had to come back to New York. And then once that business got resolved, he headed back out to Cali again. On the way, he stops in Chicago because of some things. Like I said, no spoilers, but something happens that makes him decide to stop in Chicago. And by the end of the first episode, it's pretty clear he ain't going to Cali. He's staying in Chi-Town. And he's deciding, he was like, look, man, I don't want to work for nobody. I want to be my own boss. And I'm finna take this whole thing over. Now, I'm curious. Like I said, Tommy Flanagan, you know, I loved him. What was was it Chibs or whatever, from Sons of Anarchy. Matter of fact, one thing I didn't realize about Tommy Flanagan till a couple weeks ago, I was watching Gladiator. And I didn't realize he was in Gladiator. If you watch Gladiator, he's Russell Crowe's servant, the loyal servant that follows him. You know, his man, whatever. I don't know, but he's the guy that, you know, he followed him in the battle and the whole deal, and when he was commanding the legions and the whole thing. He's clean shape, man. That movie's like what, 20, 21, 22 years old or whatever, but. Tom Flanagan, like I said, he's clean shaven and the whole deal in that. He looks different. But when I saw, I said, wait a minute, that's Tommy Flanagan, because now he's got the beard and his hair is not black anymore. He's an older guy, he's like in his 50s or early, I think he's just in his late 50s or whatever. But I didn't know Tommy Flanagan was in Gladiator, which I love that movie. Gladiator's dope. Apparently there's a reboot, remake or something of that coming. There's a new Gladiator coming, which I don't understand. I saw, the whole thing with Russell Crowe and Ridley Scott. They're apparently going to somehow make a sequel to that, which I don't But the first Gladiator's a classic. I'll watch that. But like I said, Tom Flanagan was in Gladiator. He looks, I'm very curious. He's a crime lord. He's like an old school gangster in Force. I really am, they just knocked it out the park. Everything on the show is top notch. And this is exactly what I thought was going to happen, because the power shows are seen as black shows. And I did the video the other week where I mentioned that, the ratings had come out and 50 Cent had the top 3, they did the top 10 of the most watched shows in black households. And all 3 of the top 3 shows were 50 Cent shows. Number 3 was BMF. Number 2 was Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. And number 1 was, of course, Power Book 2, Ghost. And I said that when Force debuted, that I believe it will end up on that top, because, like I said, you got the perfect storm here. You got a perceived black show, but you've got a white lead. So the leading actor is a white guy. So you're bringing people in that normally would not watch that show. So, matter of fact, they have a lot more white actors on Force than they do normally on power shows. A lot of times with the power shows, you see a lot more black and Latino. And obviously they have black on the show, but you with the Tommy Flanagan's crime family, they're more like kind of Irish gangster types and stuff like that. So as opposed to like mafia bosses or whatever, they seem like they're doing that Irish Chicago type thing. But the show, like I said, I cannot complain. Force is incredible. I like Joe Sakura. He just seems like a really dope guy, and he talks to the fans, and it just seems like he's really approachable. And so I'm happy that the show did very well, because I really liked it. If it was horrible, then I'd be like, oh God, this show's terrible. But I really enjoyed Force. Definite thumbs up from me. Congrats to 50 Cent, Courtney A. Kemp, of course, Joe Sakura and the entire Power team. It was fantastic. Let me know what you guys think about Power Book 4 Force. If you watched it, get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I'm out. PlaceTheBets.com, guys. Are you tired of crapping out on sites like Fanduel and Draftkings? Go to placethebets.com, set your fantasy lineup, baseball, football, basketball, hockey. They got them all. They'll set your lineup. 30 days is only $1. You can go, you can sign up right now. That 30 days is only $1. Placethebets.com and get that Skrilla. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and please check out my podcast at anchor.fm/AkariPress, or just type in Akari Press on your favorite streaming platform today.